one of the co-founders of VoiceMap, is joining me in studio. He's going to tell you why audio tours are the new trend for your next South African holiday. Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
Yeah, good to be here.
Now we're talking about VoiceMap and audio tours. Why don't you first introduce us to VoiceMap and tell us what you do?
Sure. Okay. So VoiceMap is a platform in that we have mobile apps that use your location to play audio automatically while you walk or drive or cycle. We have a variety of different experiences. And these are connected to a publishing tool that allows anybody to create their own audio tours. So you could be the guide to your neighborhood using our tools. We provide people with editors to help them through the process. And then the routes are sold, and we pay 50% royalties to the storyteller.
Oh, that's great. Now, how do you ensure that the story the person is telling is quality?
Well, this is why we give people editors, right? We understand that location-aware audio is not something most people have worked with before. So there are some logistical challenges, but also a lot of people have never edited their own audio, so we do that for people. We look at the map, we say, okay, you need to tell people to turn left over there. You are pointing to this building, but then you get people moving too soon, and what's going to happen is that the audio is still playing when they get to the next place and they're not going to hear it. So we help people through that, and we've generally got very high quality stuff, actually surprisingly high quality. We've got best-selling authors using the platform and amazing filmmakers. We're really getting amazing stuff. Some audio drama producers based in Edinburgh have created this fictional experience, which is about a sort of a murder that takes place on the Royal Mile there, and the sound design there is phenomenal, much better than anything I could do. I have a fair bit of experience with audio.
It sounds really like a different experience than I think most people are used to. If I'm sitting in Cape Town today and I want to create one of these stories, how exactly do I do that?
You go to voicemap.me, and there'll be a button to say tell the stories. You could also just go to /create, voicemap.me/create, and there you'll see a field where you put in a title, and you select the city. So Cape Town, choose a price, and the next thing you see is a map. And you draw a line on that map, you add locations to it, and the publishing tool basically tells you how much space there is between each location. So if you have location A and then location B, the average person will take about 2 minutes to walk that, so then you know that you need enough words to fill 2 minutes. In fact, we actually give people a word count. And then the submission of that text happens through the tool. So it goes straight to an editor, and you have an editor dedicated to your project, and they give you sort of regular feedback. Eventually, your script is approved. We help get you set up for audio. We generally work with whatever people have available, and then you're good to go.
And what's interesting to me is it doesn't have to be. Does it have to be true? You were just telling me about a fictional story. Can I write a fictional story?
We call these tours because people understand the word tour, and so you're walking around, you're hearing stories. There's not a better word, not yet. Maybe VoiceMap will be the word. And so they can be anything, right? I mean, we've got so these fictional walks in Edinburgh, but we've got in Cape Town we've got the Endemic Project. A lot of people might have seen it. It's these fluorescent animals along Rhodes Drive. So you're on this windy road in the forest, and your headlights suddenly hit this animal, kind of pops out at you because you can't see them in the daytime.
The first time that happened to me, I freaked out.
Oh, so you've seen them, yeah. And so they've attached a soundtrack. There's very little speaking, and so you go past this animal, and then you hear the voice of the animal, but there's also sort of a musical element to it as well. So there are a huge range of creative possibilities for this.
So they're not tours in the traditional way we might think of a tour, of listening to maybe someone explain to us what we're seeing as we walk down the street.
No, not at all. Well, they can be too, right? And we have plenty of that. And I think that maybe is an easy entry point to the medium, and then we'll take it from there and see how sort of diverse and broad the applications can be. I mean, in Cape Town at the moment we have 25 walks, cycles, drives, and we publish new stuff all the time. And the majority of the things we do have are tours. But I think that while they're great for people who are not from Cape Town, for them to get a very sort of quick sense of what a place is about, and to do that without having to be in a group, and to a group kind of, you have to move at the speed of the group, right? And the tour guide can only talk to you once you've stopped and assembled around him or her, and so you're kind of limited by the logistics of a group. Whereas with an audio tour, you go walking, you stop for coffee if you want to, you can take 1 million photographs if you want to, you need to stop to tie your shoelaces, nobody has to stop and wait for you. So it's kind of an improvement on tour in itself, but most people are curious about a place like Bo Kaap or Woodstock, or they want to hear from a botanist when they're in Kirstenbosch, or they want to go to the sort of the village of Muizenberg, which is a place that people who live in Lakeside, they don't, which is like right there. Yeah. They don't. Some of them haven't been to the village in Muizenberg, so they're locals, but they want to go and sort of explore their own backyard, and they don't want to join a tour or
hire a tour guide.
Yeah, well, not necessarily even that. It's just that you feel a bit awkward, you and a group of people who are not from Cape Town, and whereas this is something you can do. You can go for lunch somewhere, and then afterwards you can go for an hour-long walk and hear the stories of the place around the restaurant.